Okay. My name is Abigail Rios, and today I'm talking about anorexia nervosa and obesity by the perspective of a character creation. Okay, first of all, what are we creating? What? It's a male, a female, an animal, a thing? What are we creating? Another creature, something imaginary, something that exists? How it will be? Will it fat, skinny, big, small, circular, rectangular, large, little? How it will be in appearance? When? When in time? When in a place? Uh, when in a historical context or in an imaginary context, like where when in a year, a day, a time lapse, an hour, it will be night or morning, it will be Monday or Friday, it will be 1999 or I don't know 1460. Where it will be located. It will be in which country, in which planet, in which place, habitat. Where would you create your character? It might be, I don't know, in Mars or in Mexico or in Europe. What will be the culture your character will adopt? And life. What about its life? What are their thoughts, their habits, their perspective, their emotions, why they react to situations that way, what makes them passive or active, which is their intention, what is the purpose of living? What I will create, well, I will create both females. One will be obese and the other one will be anorexic. When in 2016 at the morning and at night, where the obese female will be at the bathroom, will be taking a bath or about to take a bath, and the anorexic female will be in her room about to go to sleep, like dressing up like with her pajamas. In life we don't have anything because that's a little bit more further than a character construction. Maybe a little bit of their psychological prospect will be involved, but not their story. Okay, first of all, we need to make a research. How will we create something if we don't know it? So first of all, I checked out anorexia. What I chose was anorexia nerviosa, that is an eating disorder. It makes people lose more weight than considered healthy for their age and height, according to Blackboard. And if you are really good at languages, you can research in different languages so you can have more complete perspective about what you're going to create. It's really important to have more than one perspective so you can have all the persona built up, so your character will be coherent and will have their own story, their own character, and their own way of being. So anorexia is something caused by loss of weight, okay, and it's not necessary because of stop eating. Okay? It starts with a psychological process where you are not comfortable enough with your body, so you start losing weight. It could be in different ways, like over exercising or start throwing up the food, stop eating. It's because also stress is also a huge factor in it. um, you are worried about your weight and your figure and the way you look, and you're not satisfied as you look and as the others see you. uh, the other case, it's obesity. And it occurs when you consume more calories than you burn through regular activity and exercise, and your body stores the excess calories as fat. Obesity usually results from a combination of factors like inactivity, unhealthy diet, and eating habits. Pregnancy can also be a factor, because when women are pregnant, they are allowed to like gain weight because of the baby, but some women start to eat like by 2 or by 3 times their habitual food, so they start going overweight. And when they deliver the baby, then they have the same habit of eating a lot, and they already have all the weight in them, so they start to be overweighted, and with time they have obesity. Lack of sleep, certain medications, medical problems like maybe the thyroides could be also something that could promote obesity in your body. Some medications that stores lipids, or that stores water in your body, can make you have a disorder in your digestive system, in your nutrition, and you start to be obese. This is not as psychological as the anorexia, but it has its psychological part, because when a person realize is obese and don't feel comfortable with itself, they start eating for stress, and they start gaining more weight, or they stop eating, and because of all the fat and all the diseases that they already have, they start getting uh, other health problems, like uh, like um, um, like cardiovascular problems and diabetes. Diabetes was the one that I forgot. Um, they start well, they start being like they don't have health, not only inside but also outside, because it's more difficult to clean up your body, and it starts sweating a lot because you have a lot of skin, and it's a really big problem, because there's a final age when you can't even move. Okay. In research, we also need to know how the seed looks. Okay, so how the seed feels, how they think. So we start recaving images of the scenarios that we wanted. So I had these 3 images about anorexia, and if you notice, we have a lot of the osseous structure of the bones, so we need to know anatomically where is each bone, so we can draw it and we can build movability in our characters, and it won't just look like a picture, like a pretty picture just stuck there, but with movability and realistic. Okay, so this is an obese person. I really had trouble finding someone obese, like for a model, so I went out for some drawings, like one in the upper corner, the white one. The human body is made with lines. We have one line at the center of the body. We can make lines with our arms. And in this time, at this stage of life, the person who has obesity doesn't form lines. It only forms circles or oval shapes. So it's easier to draw than an anorexic person, because an anorexic person has loss of calcium in their bones, so they start to get to develop well, their bones start to get like disordered, like messed up. They start getting thin, and they can break because of stress or just movement. But a fat person and a obese person does not. The ocean, the osseous structure tends to be thicker because it needs to carry all the weight. They had a lot of fat. They had a lot of problems, like cardiovascular problems. Like they have a lot of cholesterol in their arteries, and they can also suffer from a stroke or a heart disease or osteoarthritis. I think because their bones can't support that much weight. This is not healthy. Okay, so the next step is imagine. Okay, as you research, try to imagine more detail. How would your character be like? Think in a lifestyle or psychological state. How would it be to be in its shoes? Like, if you were anorexic or if you were obese, how would people see you? How would you feel about that? Would you be ashamed? Would you be happy that you're gaining weight or losing weight? Would you be worried about you're healthy, or would you be stressed, or just relaxed, like you don't care at all? It all constitute a part of your character. And then you start drawing. Once you have researched and you have imagined your character, you start sketching the design, the basic design of your character. It will serve like a building process for a person. It doesn't have to be perfect, and don't fear extra lines. They might be helpful. If you have an extra line, maybe you can erase one and take that as a final line. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is step by step. Get used to the forms, to the contour. How would your character would be? That's this phase about. So I started with the anorexic one, and it was pretty simple. The first thing you gotta know about drawing persons is the anatomical proportion. The perfect proportion for an anatomical drawing is for 8 pieces from head to toes. But it depends on the person. Like some persons have just 6 parts or 7 parts. It really doesn't matter, but I recommend you to draw your parts. Like in the obese one, I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts, but they are all the same length, more or less, and it will help you to have a more accurate anatomy for your character, so it won't be like deformed or with a bigger arm and a shorter leg. You know, it will help you build a better character. if you don't know how to draw good like me. Okay, and observe and compare. You have to remember always that your best model is you. Look closer to the way you sit down, you move, you smile, you blink, so you can give mobility and coherence to your creation. The ways that you gesticulate, or the lines of your face, of your hands, how does the hair looks like, the eyebrows, the mouth. The mouth is really difficult to capture in a character if you don't know how to do it. The hands is one of the most difficult parts of the anatomy of a character. So you have to be like with really open eyes so you can know how to draw them. It doesn't matter if you are going to make an obese or anorexic or normal character, standard character. You gotta know how is your body built so you can draw it, you can repeat it, and then repeat. In order to know your character, repeat your drawings and experiment with them. It will also improve the anatomy of it and the facial gestures. It is really true. How do you expect to make a story with someone you don't know? You have to reproduce the same face in different situations, the same body in different actions, with different clothes, elderly and young. You gotta explode your imagination with what you already have. If you don't feel comfortable with something you had draw it again. Try to see different perspectives of your character, like looking at them maybe without clothes. It will help you to match a little bit more their anatomy. In this way, like the obese people, the gravity is not our friend, so all the fat it's accumulated and all the extra skin goes down, so it like it's just like a mass like going down, and you gotta distinct that proportions in the hips, and maybe in the legs, and in the back part, the back low part of the body. In difference, the anorexic persons tend to have a lot of like bones visibility, so you need to know where would be a bone and how does the skin like covers that bone and goes and stretches between the ribs and between the arms, and how it will flex and it will straight. So you gotta experiment with your character. And action reaction, this part is a little bit more theoric. You can draw it, but it's better if you only think about it and meditate it, and maybe you can write it down. So whether your creation would be active or passive, you got to know how its personality will affect the result of a situation imposed, how and why it reacts to a situation or creates one. So if you're an anorexic person, okay, and you see yourself to the mirror, what would you do? What would you feel? What would you say? What would you think about yourself? Would you like it? Would you not? If you are an obese person and you are about to take a shower and you simply discover that you take longer time to take a bath than a normal person, what would that make you feel like? What would that make you feel if you had to look into lots of skin capes, of skin of well, for skin pieces, how it will make you feel if you need to pull out all that dirty, I don't know, sweating and the dust. And I couldn't take it. I wouldn't take it. It For me, it wouldn't be a lot of. I will have a lot of hygiene with that because it just seems disgusting to have so much fat and so much sweating and dust and it's just I couldn't take it if it was me. So how would your character react to that? Okay, so maybe she or he is comfortable with it, or maybe she don't mind at all, or she hasn't think about it, like, or when she looks at the mirror, she's happy with herself, or maybe she's not. Okay, so what health problems is she passing through that doesn't let her like be completely happy, or does she even knows that she's at risk? Then the environment. By knowing the personality, its environment, it's going to be affected. Friends, family, photographs, furniture, from personal to physical ambits, it all is a mirror of your character's psychology. Make sure to be coherent. Okay, this is a really important part. You cannot build an habitat incoherent for your character. If you are an obese person, you have everything closer to you because you don't want to move, because you weigh too much, and sometimes it could hurt the people to move more than they are used to, so they try to keep everything like really close to them. Maybe if the anorexic person is not happy with her body, she won't have a complete mirror in her room, or maybe she does because she wants to check every time her body. So the psychology of your character will affect a lot how it is, how its habitat, and how is their lifestyle. Okay, so maybe drawing them in different positions in their habitat, in their rooms or bathrooms, in the street, it will make you think a little bit more about their personality and how they relate or correlate with their environment. Well, we have some anatomic drawings. Like I said, just observe and repeat, and until you feel comfortable with your drawings, then you can start matching the points, like all the things you need. And the final fixing: take a break. Okay, first take a break of all. Building up a personage, a character, a persona, it's really, really difficult because you have to start from zero. You have to build it up. So take a break, take a coffee, some cookies, and then after a while, when you are fresh and you are you're ready for a new beginning, then take a fresh look to your final work. You will see something that won't work, some things that you will like about your character, and it will be like it has its own life. So test inconsistencies and fix anything you think might be incoherent. Put your character in a story and make sure that it matches with their purpose in the story, because if not, you will have to fix it, and it's better to fix it at the end of this first step, that is building a character, than to struggle with the story because it doesn't match with the character. So take care at this point. And that's it. Thank you very much for your attention. That was obesity and anorexic characters from a film, a future film student. So my name is Abby Rios, and this was my human body care project. Thank you very much.